Hey there, everybody. I don't know who out there predicted that we would have news on Big Brother Canada Season 9 before we have news on Big Brother 22.
Here we are.
Here we are, everyone. Big Brother Canada is coming back for a Season 9 on Global, probably next year. And, there's of course a lot of things to talk about within that, but...
Yep.
The big news that sort of comes out of the announcement today is that Arisa Cox has been promoted to executive producer. So we're going to talk through why this is happening now, what it means for the show, the impact it could have on sort of all of Global and everything that's going on there moving forward. It's a very big announcement for a number of reasons.
Yeah, and it's a really exciting announcement. I mean, Arisa has been with the show since the beginning, and she's really important to the show.
Yeah, so before we get into it, of course, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we have sort of a proverbial Big Brother alarm that's over here that we have been waiting to set off for Big Brother 22 for what feels like ever since Dan GHEESLING crushed the entire fandom last week.
He really did with that announcement, just coming on being like, nope, not happening. And then E.T. had that whole thing where it was a big nothing burger, and then it's just been quiet.
Yeah.
Like a BB22 ghost town.
Yeah. I want to say that it's too quiet, but that's just the part of my brain that's like, read into every little thing on the internet. But anyway, let's get into Big Brother Canada. That's the news of the day.
Yeah, so of course the big news is that it's going to be coming back for another season. After what just happened where, everything that happened in the real world ended up closing out the last season early. And then, of course, there was other stuff going on as well that, we've gone over on the channel already. It is nice to have that confirmation that it's going to be coming back. I mean, it is very different from the US version, and I love having both versions.
It is a tradition, I think, that has been a part of our lives for pretty close to a decade at this point. You get Big Brother Canada in the spring, you get the US edition in the summer. Yep. It is so weird that we're in a year where we've basically only had, I don't know, like a month of Big Brother so far.
It's so weird.
And it is incredibly bizarre. This past season, I think a lot of people could say, okay, this was far from perfect. You had the Jamar situation, which I don't think production handled well at all. Maybe that's something that can change moving forward. We'll have to wait and see on that. You have it obviously being shut down. You have caroling, and not the good caroling where you're running around singing Christmas songs, but saying she could quit every single day.
Yeah, there was some frustrations going on with this past season. I mean, there were some good people that I feel could have played a really fun game, and we never had a chance to see. I do hope that they will think about bringing some of these people back.
Yeah, I like the idea of like 4 of them. Like maybe because there were at least 4.
Yeah, there was anyone there that was like, I'm gonna quit. They don't bring them back, please. It's done.
Maybe Arisa will be the voice. Maybe when somebody brings up in the room that they're gonna bring Carol back, it'll be like, nope, that's not happening. No, I don't think anyone's gonna suggest that they bring Carol back. But I have more faith in Arisa, I think, behind the scenes than just about anybody, because she is a huge Big Brother fan in addition to being a host and being involved in everything else.
Yeah, she really is. And we've met her a couple times. I actually met her like 20 years ago when she was doing the Lofters, for anyone who's actually seen that. But she has a real love for this show, and she is a great host. She's been doing this a very long time. So to hear this news that she's been promoted, she deserves it. There's no question about it.
It has been a long time coming, for sure. The statement that they put out, because they made this whole announcement. It kind of details, for those who don't know out there, she's going to be more involved in sort of the planning out of the season. She's going to have some say in the storytelling direction, have input on casting and hiring behind the scenes, and working to make the show a more inclusive environment, because that is something that Canadian media in general has come under like a tremendous amount of fire for over the past couple of months.
Yeah, and one of the big stories is that Ica ended up leaving Global because of some of this stuff that was happening there. So it isn't curious that this is happening at the same time, but it's not, it doesn't make it any less deserved. I mean, Arisa has been a staple of the show for a long time. She does a lot for this show. She does a lot on social media for this show. This is well deserved. However, they also need to make things right with Ica. So this doesn't wash away what's happened over here with Ica. And while they're doing the right thing for Arisa, somebody needs to go and drive a truck of money over to Ica's house and at least make a proper offer to her to come back. And then it's up to her. If she doesn't want to come back, things haven't changed enough. It's not enough, not money wise, but they haven't made the right changes. Then she can at least be like, no, the changes aren't there yet. But one doesn't take away from the other. I just kind of wish that there was a lot of fairness for both of them. It shouldn't be that they're kind of like, oh, look what we're doing over here. Forget what happened over here. Like, nobody's forgetting. Global, nobody's forgetting.
And the other thing that's so important here is that there are a lot of Black and minority employees in not just Chorus, which is the global parent company up in Canada, but really throughout media. And they should all be able to have the same representation and voice and opportunities as anyone else out there. And they can sometimes also get a little bit lost in the shuffle, but I think this is why what Ica did was so important, because it's basically her being like, I'm willing to put my own career on the line in order to ensure that these other people who you would probably never hear about, who aren't getting these opportunities, who aren't former reality stars or celebrities, so that they can have a voice as well. And Ica amplifying the issue, I think, leads in some ways to then Arisa having even more of a platform to speak about this and try to find a way to bring about change as well. Like, I would like to live in a world where Arisa would be getting this promotion regardless of what happened with Ica, but we're not in a world where we can go and play this back and wonder what would have happened in different situations. This is not the, sliding doors universe, so we don't know about that. But I think we can't speak enough to how important what Ica did was, not just for her, but for everyone.
Yeah, it is important for everyone, and it's very clear that what Ica has done has facilitated some kind of change. It is a start. Arisa is a really important part of this change, because she is somebody who now has the power to really make those changes from the inside. And if Ica hadn't done what Ica did, this wouldn't be happening. I mean, even if you look over at the Big Brother US version, we've got Julie Chen has been a host of that show for like 2 decades now. She, from what we can see online, is not a producer or executive producer, and we're talking 2 decades of the show. So if Ica hadn't done what she had done, Arisa wouldn't be able to have this, what's going on, because the people behind the scenes wouldn't have understood that Arisa is valuable to this whole thing, and that she's really smart, and she just is very valuable. So they would have overlooked what they should have never overlooked. I just wish that they were able to pull up their big boy pants and go and do the right thing with Ica as well. There's no reason why it has to be one or the other. At this point, what Ica said is right, and they got to make it right with Ica, not just everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to be disappointed if there is no sort of platform for Ica with this show or otherwise moving forward. And I don't know what sort of plans are there, but by the way, yeah, the Julie thing really blew my mind because you brought this up earlier, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go look at this. I'm gonna go see. Is really Julie's not an executive producer? It was shocking to me, and I think maybe this is because you look at Survivor and Jeff Probst is like atop of his own mountain of his own creation, where he's sort of like, I'm the host, I'm the showrunner, I do everything. And I know Aaron Brock is still the showrunner of Big Brother Canada, but, Arisa's still got a lot that she can contribute to moving forward. I hope that we will see Big Brother Canada Season 9 in the spring. I hope for everybody's sake that the world is safe by that point.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Arisa is going to be doing behind the scenes so that we can see it on the show. I mean, they're decent with a more diverse cast, but there can always be more that can be done. And I think Arisa is going to be able to start to facilitate some changes with this show. I want to see the creative side of her to be able to kind of get more into the storytelling of the show and all that sort of stuff and bring more people behind the scenes. I also just like that, if we're in a situation where Julie Chen isn't even executive producer over on Big Brother, that maybe Arisa being executive producer up in Canada is going to just start a change with all of that it's not just the Jeff Probst of the world that gets to be on the top of the creative mountain, and that we have more people and more women that are going to be in this position, in positions of creativity and power behind the scenes.
The one thing I wonder about with casting now, and I don't know if there's like an easy solution to this, because we've talked about this for ages with Big Brother US as well, is finding a way to get people who don't have the same biases. Because I remember looking back at Big Brother, well, pretty much every season of Big Brother Canada, you sort of look at it pre-season, you're like, okay, this is immensely more diverse than a season of Big Brother US. But then it's sort of like, this past season, you had these people using these sort of loaded words like, oh, Jamar is scary, he's threatening, and it's sort of, okay, can you guys find a way to get people who maybe have a larger sort of belief system or understanding of problematic words and phrases and ways to sort of help people pre-season? Is there, sensitivity training? Is there a way to just get people to understand a larger world before the season? That's what I hope Arisa can have some suggestions on. I don't know if there's an easy fix, because we're talking about systemic issues that are, thousands of years old here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I know a lot of people give Robin a lot of crap for casting, and I understand we see these people that come on the show, and I give her crap too.
Okay,
yeah, where it's like, how is this happening? But you touched on something that is important, that this is something that has been going on for generation after generation after generation, and that at this point, is it only casting, or is it the bigger problem, which is that there are too many people that are like this, and that something else needs to change? Is it that there just isn't a big enough pool of people that are like, yeah, I just like everyone, and it just doesn't matter, and I'm here to play the game? Like, where are those people? If we're getting all these other people that are being the way that they're being, then what is actually happening? Is this only casting, or is this the bigger problem? And with everything that we've been seeing going on, especially here in the States, there is a bigger problem.
Yeah, and even if this problem wasn't big, and it is, but things can always improve. Things can. I always, one of my big feelings is just constantly that if you ever think something is just good enough or perfect as it is, you should probably stop doing it, because you're wrong, and we can all improve at things. So hopefully Big Brother Canada Season 9 happens around the same time, 2021. Hopefully Big Brother 22 happens at some point in the near future here.
Yeah, there's still no news out there, guys.
Yeah.
We will definitely be here when there's, like, legitimate news.
Yeah, legitimate news, not whether or not this person posting on social media. Like, I think I saw Janelle's going back to her lake house in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like, there's so much Big Brother trolling going on right now, and just none of it is real. No,
No.
it's just not.
No.
So when there is legitimate news, we will be back to tell you.
Yeah, all right. Well, what do you guys think about Big Brother Canada being renewed, Arisa being promoted? What do you think this means for the show? Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the store, and we'll see you here next time.